There's a question people whisper about, laugh about, avoid, or secretly Google at 2 a.m. How often should couples have sex? Most couples assume there must be a magic number, something universal, something proven, something that promises connection, passion, and satisfaction. But here's the truth I've learned after thousands of hours on set, years of intimate coaching, and even more years living as a woman who understands passion deeply. It's never about frequency. It's about rhythm. Your rhythm. Her rhythm. The rhythm you build together. Still, there's no denying the curiosity. People want a number because they want clarity. They want guidance. They want reassurance that they're normal or that their relationship is doing fine. But let me take you deeper, beyond numbers, beyond averages, into the heart of what actually keeps passion alive. This is the view from someone who sees both the fantasy and the reality, who understands the psychology of desire, and who has watched countless couples struggle. Not because they aren't compatible, but because they misunderstand intimacy itself. 1. The myth of the perfect frequency. If you search online, you'll see everything from 3 times a week is ideal to once a week is enough for happiness. But no statistic can measure the unique emotional chemistry between two people, the speed of their lives, the stress they carry, the way their bodies respond, or the depth of their connection. Some couples thrive with daily intimacy. Some feel fulfilled with once every 2 weeks, as long as those moments are full, present, electric. As an adult star, people assume I think more is always better. But I've seen the opposite too many times. Frequent but empty intimacy is worse than rare but meaningful intimacy. You can touch each other often and still feel far apart. Or touch each other rarely but feel fire erupt every time. Frequency is not the measure of passion. Presence is. 2. The real question behind how often. When people ask how often they should be intimate, they're usually asking something else. How do I keep my partner satisfied? Are we normal? Is our desire fading? Are we still connected? Why does she want it less than before? Why do I feel rejected? The fear beneath the question is almost always the same. What if this means our love is weakening? But desire is not a straight line. It moves, it breathes, it rises and rests, like waves, like seasons. Like the rhythm of two humans changing day by day. The goal isn't to force consistency, it's to understand each other's patterns. 3. What women secretly need to feel. Desire again, from my experience, not as an actress, but as a woman. There are 3 things that awaken feminine desire. 1. Emotional safety. Not boring safety. Not predictable safety. But the kind where she can open emotionally, mentally, physically, without fear of judgment. When a woman feels emotionally seen, desire becomes natural again, not forced. 2. Anticipation. Women are far more responsive to anticipation than to sudden initiation. Small gestures throughout the day can raise her excitement far more effectively than any physical technique. 3. Being touched with intent. Not rushed, not mechanical, not distracted. When she feels the intention behind your touch, the way your hands slow down, the way your voice softens, the way your eyes lock onto hers, a spark ignites that lingers long after the moment ends. This is when frequency stops mattering, because quality rewires everything. 4. So, how often is ideal? From an adult star's real answer. Here's the answer most people won't expect, but desperately need. 1. The minimum for connection. Once a week. Not mandatory, not a rule. Just the rhythm I've seen keep couples emotionally aligned. Once a week creates hormonal bonding, emotional closeness, a sense of being desired, continued familiarity with each other's bodies. It's enough to maintain intimacy without pressure. 2. The healthy. Passionate range, 2 to 3 times a week. This tends to fit couples who are emotionally connected, managing stress while still curious about each other, communicating openly about desire. This range encourages passion while allowing space for anticipation. 3. The high desire couple. 4+ times a week. This can be amazing if both partners genuinely want it. If not, it becomes mechanical, and mechanical intimacy kills attraction faster than lack of intimacy. 5. What actually makes the moment special? The peak without explicit detail. There's a moment in intimacy, a moment every woman remembers, not because of the physical act, but because of the emotional climax behind it. It's that moment when her breath trembles, her body arches toward you instinctively, her voice lowers, her hands reach with need rather than politeness. These are not graphic details, they're human details, signals of connection, surrender, trust. Every woman's most unforgettable moments come from feeling desired, not used, feeling cherished, not rushed, feeling connected, not overwhelmed. When these emotional peaks are present, even infrequent intimacy becomes unforgettable. 6. When desire fades, and why frequency? Desire drops, not because couples are broken, but because they get lost. Routine replaces curiosity, stress replaces presence, assumption replaces communication, pressure replaces pleasure. Most couples don't fix desire because they try to fix the symptom, frequency, instead of the root, connection. For most women, desire fades when she stops feeling. Seen, wanted, safe, interesting, appreciated. When these return, so does her appetite. 7. The STARS formula for finding your perfect rhythm. A. Check-in weekly. Ask each other, what kind of intimacy do you need this week? Emotional, physical, both? B. Plan 1. Intentional moment. Not staged, not forced, just intentional. A moment where phones are off and presence is real. C. Use micro-intimacy daily. These maintain desire far better than, should we do it tonight? Warm hand on her back, a slow hug, a whispered compliment, eye contact that lasts longer than usual. Micro-intimacy fuels macro-desire. D. Make desire a shared dialogue, not a pressure. When desire becomes a mutual language, not an obligation, frequency rises naturally.